Welcome everyone, Coach K here. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin Pizza, what's going on with Binance, and a little bit about what's going on with the market, which is kind of in a sideways movement right now, as well as looking at the signals from Athena Trading Bot and our trading system that we created to show you guys how easy it is to get started in trading, even if you don't really know what you're doing. And obviously we'll teach you as you go along, so you can we'll first bring you and show you how to fish, and then we'll teach you how to fish. But before we get started, just go down and click on that little subscribe button right down here. Click on smash on a like, please, and thank you, and let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is Bitcoin Pizza. So we celebrate the guy who spent $800 million on pizza from Papa John's way back in the day. Now, a lot of people say this is like, oh my God, it's so horrible. He was an early adopter and he wasted all his money. But he did a lot of good things. A, he became famous for it, and B, at the time, you know, it was worth what it was worth. So he was like, yeah, if I was worth a penny back then and I bought it with pennies, it was the same thing. So he didn't see like a huge deal. Obviously now he probably wishes he held on to it, but most people that bought Bitcoin way back in the day when it wasn't even a cent generally sold it when it got to like $1 even, because they made a ton of profit, right? So that's also something to take in consideration. Most people would be billionaires if they kept their Bitcoin, but most people stopped holding them even in dollars, $1 or $2, $8. We've all seen those memes. So people think that this is a bad thing, but what he did is helped make Bitcoin useful. Spending money in Bitcoin to buy something is the whole point of why Bitcoin was existing in the first place. So he actually did a lot less harm than everyone thinks he did to himself, because it helped him push himself forward. Obviously, he would have loved to have that Bitcoin right now, but the whole thing is he is one of those pioneers that actually used it for something. Can you buy Bitcoin Pizza today? Sure, you could buy pizza with Bitcoin because you have Wirex cards and Cash App and lots of different ways to spend your cryptocurrencies. Now, moving on, Binance 2.0. So a lot of people have been talking about like, yo, this is going to be sick. And some people were like, oh man, this is sick because, you know, Binance now they're like going to pump their own stuff, but they didn't even look at, and I remember I said, listen with your eyes. So here they just saw that, listened to a bunch of people talk about like, oh, pump Bitcoin, pump BNB and blah, blah, blah. But the real big thing that they missed is this. What does 2.0 mean? People forgot, a lot of us forgot, that 2.0 very much is going to be margin trading. Margin trading is great. We have Bitfinex, which is in kind of shambles a little bit. I think it'll be fine though. And we have, oh, that's another really big piece of news. Did any of you guys see that yesterday, Bitfinex admitted to buying Bitcoin with Tether? So remember all those things that we thought about in terms of, holy crap, maybe Tether was pumping Bitcoin price. It was. Is this going to affect the price of Bitcoin? So far, so good. Nothing's really changed. So the bulls are definitely back. Bad news is not affecting the market, which means we're in a bull market, right? Because negative news would affect it and push it down, but bad news in a bull market doesn't do really very much at all. So going on to this 2.0, margin trading on Binance, will it be like BitMax? Will they have 3, 5, and 10x? Will they have more? That's what we have to figure out. We don't know yet. But what is really interesting is this will definitely take a lot of the lion's share from BitMEX and probably bring a lot of people from Forex and other markets potentially to the crypto market, which is going to be good for adoption of our cryptocurrency market, of what we're all trying to achieve, which some people like to call name K. If you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, you'll know that means like the moon, the special planet, etc. So that is what I'm thinking this 2.0 message was, that Binance margin trading is coming. Next thing, if you look in your Binance distribution wallet on your Binance account, go look at it right now. If you have BNB in that wallet, it is very likely that you will find 0.66 or 688 BNB in your wallet. They distributed about 20,000 BNB to clients all around Binance, and people that traded more than that, more than 1 Bitcoin worth or something along those lines, I believe, got a little bit more out of the 30,000 more, or something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's along that. Now, something else I want to bring into, so everyone keeps saying it's alt season. Well, look at what we have here. We have a lot of alts up, 8, 10, 12, 20%, 60% in the last day, 24 hours. Yesterday, I showed you guys what I saw happening on Binance, and this is not to FUD Binance and say they were doing it themselves. It's very likely the projects were doing it with their own market makers to maybe pump the prices up and get people excited. But look at the top coins that are down yesterday. So yesterday, the 5 of the 6 are the 5 that are here right now. BTT, GTO, Seller, Fetch, and Matic are all the big losers of today after going on parabolic movements in the last week. Now, why is that important? Well, let me show you something here. When you see all of these coins here, I bet you didn't know Gifto a long time ago was a Binance Launchpad project, but let me show you it absolutely was. The only one that didn't go and have a nice movement yesterday was Bread. Not sure why, but all the other ones, it seems like people were trying to get someone excited. This is not to FUD Binance. I love you, CZ. I love everything that you do. I use Binance very, very much, a lot for most of my trading, except for BitMEX. So I'm a big fan, and I can't wait for margin trading, to be completely honest. But it's something that I just noticed, and I would like to put it out there. So not to FUD you guys, but to show you there was something going on. Obviously, I suspected this before as well. Now, moving on from that, let's just have a quick look at the market. So we see EOS, a lot of sideways movement in the last 24 hours. So if we draw boxes, here's EOS. We're not really moving very much here. If we go to BNB, that one had a really nice parabolic movement there. And every time it broke through the cloud. So here's something I'll teach you guys. This is called Tekken-san. When it crosses over the Kujin, which is, this is a slow and the fast, the slow and the fast moving, it's like a fast moving EMA. When this crosses, generally we have a movement up. So it crossed over and moved up. Now let me just show you this. This is just called the TK cross, the Tekken Kujin cross. So when you see the blue line cross over the red line, you can change this to any color you want, doesn't matter. But when you see those cross over, it generally means a bullish movement will come right after, and also it uses it as support a lot of the time as well. Let me show you a couple other examples of that. I'll just teach you that for today. Here we see that with Bitcoin on the 4-hour, we had the TK cross here, and as you see from the TK cross, it definitely moved up quite a bit. Even if you look at it just till today, about 19 days and 46%. If we go to Ethereum, we'll see the exact same thing. There is a TK cross right down here, and up until today, we're up at 60% or so. So that's your little educational piece for using the Ichimoku cloud, is when you see the T or Tenkan cross the K, the Kujin, or Tenkan is the faster moving, Kujin is the slower moving average. When you see that cross up, that's when you know that it's a great time to get into a trade. This is not financial advice, obviously. It's just something that I use for my own trading, and it's been extremely profitable. And if we look even on Matic, you will see the same thing. We'll zoom in, and I'll show you what I saw here. So right here, we saw it cross over about there. That was at 87 sats, and you all know the story of Matic. Just going illmatic. And if you go on a shorter time frame, you can then see where it may cross over, which is about here. So even if you got out there, you're still at a massive profit from where it actually crossed at 120 sats. You'd be over 100%. And it's hard to time out perfectly when things will happen. You could see the same thing with BNB. You can see the same thing with Litecoin at the start of the year. When it did its thing on the 4-hour, let's just make it a little easier for everyone to see. So right here, we had the TK cross from there, and it doesn't look like a lot, but to the top of that, it was 44. And when it crossed back, it was 20% in 17 days. That's beautiful. Okay. Now, just to show you Athena trading system. This is a system that my partner and I, Serby, created. It is a trading system where you can trade using Binance. So we're going to be adding BitMEX as well. If you want to get involved, just go in the link description. There is a discount code if you want to use your first month, and it will, you guys can check out our system and how to do it. But basically, it's a bot integration with Telegram and a platform, which you can see right here. You can see some of our calls. Over our last 25 calls, we've had a lot of nice ones. A few that, kind of went down a bit or have not hit yet, but that's okay. If you're patient, we usually get rewarded. A good example of that was TNT. We called it on the 19th. What was it? The 19th of May. So if we go look at that one on here right now, you can have a good look at what it looks like. And the 19th of May wasn't really doing anything, right? Here's the 19th of May, but let's look at what happened. So the 19th of May, just bring this down. 19th of May, we had a TK cross. Okay, so we called it. Then it moved. Boy, did it ever move. Over 70%. And actually, we got it even earlier than that at 83. So our top was 83. So this is how I actually use some of my own trading knowledge to make profits. Obviously, we got in a fetch, we got in an ENJ, and you're seeing that they come a little bit earlier. The 19th, we got into ENJ as well, and it didn't really look like anything on the 19th when I called it, right? So here's the 19th when we called it, May 19th right here. Didn't look like anything was really happening, but I saw some momentum coming, and if we just zoom in, it's a little easier to see. So on the 19th, I saw it coming down. I was like, all right, it's probably going to eventually move back up. It dropped a few percent, and then it got the movement that I was looking for. And there you can see that right here. So we got up to 20% on that call. I actually called it the day before. It got a little pump, and then it dumped a little bit, and then we called it again because I saw it was going to keep going. So that is what I do. And here's the thing, the trading system is amazing because it's automated, so we can actually call a call and you can follow them. So that's the beauty of it. It's a really cool system. You can make your own calls. You can see all the stuff very transparently that we do right in front of your face, charting and all this great stuff that is integrated in there. So if you want to get involved, you can join our trading group at t.me Athena Project. That'll get you in our channel, and then I always put my own links to, like, here's how you can contact me, which is at Joel_Coach K, and then you can hit me up and I will happily get you guys started up and set up. It's a wonderful system that is made for new traders and experienced traders that just give you a lot of the things you don't usually get. For example, in Binance, you can't have a couple things at the same time. You can't have a sell gain and a stop loss. With our bot, you can. You also don't have a trailing stop. With our bot, you can. As well, we have profit trailing. So let's say you put your gain at 8% here, but it goes to 15, it will trail it up until it drops whatever percent you put as a profit trail. So if you put like 2% and it went up to 15, you would have sold this call at 13.81% or 13.5, whatever. How the market moves sometimes too fast, but generally in that range, right? So that is a really beautiful part of how we do things as well. So if you want to get involved, do your thing. If you've liked this video, just click on that subscribe button, smash up a like, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. It's Coach K signing out, and watch for that 2.0 like I told you on Matic. Okay, I'm gonna leave this last little bit to a testimonial of one of my long-term followers, Leroy Williams. And I just want to, it really brought a tear to my eye how much I've helped him. I didn't realize myself until he made this testimonial video through all the stuff that I was going through with the little bit of the harassment stuff that was happening, which obviously we rose up above. So let's just watch that really quick, and then you guys will have a great day. See you guys soon.
I'm going to be standing on Joel's side from now until ever. It was some 15, 16 months ago. I thought I was gonna, make a lot of money. I got into mining Bitcoin. Then I went on YouTube. I found some people, and I got lucky, and I found Joel. So, without Joel back then, we thought we were gonna be mooning, back in September or whatever. But if it wasn't for me listening to Joel and understanding what was going on, what was being built, I believe in Bitcoin enough that, I just hodled. I just picked up Bitcoin for the last 15 months, and now I'm sitting in this position where, everybody's excited with Bitcoin. Say, no, he's kept me from being wrecked. He's kept me on the right track. He let me know what was going on. So there was no surprises in this crypto game where a lot of people already bailed out. They've already bailed out, and I came into this group in such a bad time in my life. If it wasn't for this, I don't know what I would have been doing. If I got into crypto and I found out, because it's not going to moon or anything, and I got out, and I don't know what I'd be doing. So, I want to say it. If we move now, Joel saved my life. Joel Koschev saved my life by keeping me going in the right direction, letting me know, what's going on, in the background. So now I know I'm an early adopter, and I'm full-heartedly, on the crypto blockchain. I'll follow Joel any day of the week. So Joel all the way.